Welcome back everyone dito sa latest episode ng Deep Dive. Kasama naman natin dito our very very special guest. Nag black and white na naman tayo. Terno talagang great minds think opposite, 'di ba? Yung black and white. Hindi, may stripes ka naman tapos ako may white dito. So medyo there. Thank you so much Attorney Christina Conti for joining us. I know things are really like like parang high velocity right now as we move towards the moment of truth, the trial of the century, in many ways the first Asian
Ah,
leader to officially face confirmation of charges. And as we discussed earlier, mukhang it's very possible na eto na, there'll be massive mobilization on the side of Duterte. There will be counter mobilization by supporters of the witnesses. The witnesses, some of them will be there. I understand you will be there. I also understand that probably the authorities are also on the edge. But before we go to that quite grim and difficult topic, although fingers crossed, I think mataas pa rin ang chance that things will move in the right direction in terms of justice. Attorney Christian Conti, balikan natin yung ating minamahal na Pilipinas in the meantime. Let's talk about the Senate. What a performance, right? I mean, our super objective Mark Oleta, the moment na sinabi ni Soto na, di ba appointed kayo ni Duterte dun sa mga DPWH na in charge ng nagbibigay ng lisensya sa contractors, biglang Mark Oleta, I think we're out of time with it, son. What do you think of the hearing?
ah, Statutory. Kasi, kumbaga, these are things that we kind of know. Pero yung talagang, kumbaga, ma-confirm na hindi na lang to chismis, hindi na lang to, parang, So, kahit paano, parang may mabubunotang tinik, alam ko na to. Kaya lang nakakagalit na nakikita ko nga yung iba nagpo-post na, tara, punta na tayo saan? Sa EDSA. Sa, just to expend some steam or to turn whatever anger you have into action. So, hindi ko na maintindihan kasi even with the House investigations, di ba? Parang nag-overlap din sila. Parang ang lumalabas, walang malinis. So, yun yung other
50
aspect of
Shades.
this.
Ayan,
It's
50
the,
Shades of
oh,
Grey.
parang, di ba ikaw, alam niyo yung itsura, yung kay Spider-Man na, your Spider-Man, yung meme na ganyan.
Yes.
Parang, corrupt ka rin, di ba? Corrupt ka
Pero
rin,
yung
di ba?
isa
Corrupt ka
Venom.
rin.
Pero yung isa Venom. Di ba may Venom version? Yung Dark
Oo.
Spider-Man. Yun ang problema. May dalawang Spider-Man. May isang Venom. That's
Corrupt
how I
ka,
put it.
corrupt ka.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
I don't know. And this is the perfect time to call, actually, sorry, both the Senate and the Congress as a circus. Na even if you have good performers there, ultimately, what ako nga, ang naalala ko yung mga parang bloopers. Kasi yun yung tatatak talaga sa isip mo. Kaya for me, as of now, it may serve as entertainment or parang enlightenment to some extent. Pero ang tanong, then what do we do with this? Yung bottom line dyan, ay kailangan may managot. At puti na lang, well, in the case that we're handling and what we'll talk about, may nangyari. Kumbaga, may kinalabasan.
Let's keep the best for the last. Let's start with the depressing, tragic comedy we're having. And probably we can also talk about Indonesia because as we speak, I'm talking to my contacts on the ground. Things are
Mm.
looking really edgy, and I think people have had enough from their version of Grab drivers, Gojek drivers, to students, to the middle class. Grabe na. The system is falling apart very fast. Although, of course, I'm not wishing for any violence or anything. I'm just saying Indonesia na nga, it's kind of reminder if people really get fed up, it just takes one trigger, 'di ba? And the whole thing could go on fire. But before we go there, let's talk about the bloopers. For me, one of the highlights was Bato de la Rosa. Not once, but twice
2016.
asking, kailan talaga nagsimula itong ligaya ng mga Diskaya? Because clearly there were small time, to put it mildly, until sabi niya, I think around 2016, tapos talagang inisis, you are under oath. Can you specify, when did you start to get flood control? 2016 po. And then you could see suddenly Bato goes
Yeah.
silent. Tumingin. Then suddenly Tito Soto, 2016. Like,
Diba?
that sounds like a familiar year, di ba? And then the next thing you know, Tito Soto saying, di ba kayo, inappoint kayo ni Digong nung time na, di ba, bigla Marcoleta, oh, no, 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 we are out of time, we need to be fair. I love that. That was amazing. Like I said, hindi ko na kailangan magtrabaho. Like, kasi ako, hirap na hirap ako over the past 3 months. I keep on saying, what about yung 12,000 flood control projects ni Digong? What
Oh,
about this? What about that? Because my mayor from Baguio is attacking everything except Duterte era. So like I'm saying, like, wait, nasaan ba tayo? Good governance ba to? So, no,
mm.
honestly, have you heard Magalong talking about Farmali?
Yeah, he's being
Has he said
called
anything?
out in a sense.
All out,
Wala,
but
wala pa siya
except,
sinasabi.
and then I also love Jingoy. Jingoy! Di ba convicted? Jingoy, really bibo, no? And then siya yung nakakadiri daw yung corruption, di ba? And Jingoy really going asking about the specifics of the car, saan sila bumili, and trash talking people. I mean, like the whole thing
Tapos
was
Tito
just
Soto saying na, ang tama bang rinig ko parang siya din daw dealer o may kilala siyang dealer? So
they're like
parang
exchanging
ako,
cards. Saan ka ulit bumili ng GMC mo? Ano? Ito,
oh,
maganda may
alam ko
discount.
ba yan? I can check that out. So parang,
Crazy.
but yeah, kung tatanggalin mo minsan yung kung sino itong nagsasalita, parang, oo, tama, may point ka. Siya. Pero kapag yun nga, you're looking at Jingoy Estrada, who probably benefited and hindi lang probably, who benefited from the plunder during his father's time, parang, ano ba to, papugian na lang, pagalingan na lang ng pagmamaskara. But nonetheless, kahit paano, nagpapasalamat pa rin tayo na hindi yung may tumatalab sa kapal ng mukha na parang nadadama nila yung ganitong populism. Tumatago sa kanila tapos madadama nila na pag ganito, maiipit tayo if we stay silent or if we do something. So, magpapakabida-bida na lang ako. So, medyo gumagana yung bida-bida, Jollibee, ano ba to? Jollibee, ano ba, behavior.
Right. So,
Kaya,
okay lang na.
sige.
So, it's good to be hypocritical.
Yeah.
It gets the job done.
And I'm so happy to some extent that the Discayas are so truthful. Iba yung pagkaprangka nila, no? Bakit mo binili yung sasakyan dahil sa payong, yung lalagyan ng payong?
Uy,
Oo.
wag ganon. Splice daw yon. Pero
But,
10 beses ko pinanood, I don't know how to splice that. That didn't look at splice at
but
all.
she also repeated it again. So medyo tinanong ulit siya. Kaya ako parang, grabe yung pagkaprangka nito. So, and in some way, consistent yung story ang nakukuha natin. Kaya, in a way, siguro mabilis-bilis naman siguro yung investigation. Kaya lang ang kinakabahan ako, baka hindi maging cohesive yung investigation. There's one investigation as to how they got the cars, yung ginawa ng DOC, pero baka hindi siya madikit doon sa ill-gotten wealth, so to speak. Kasi may punto din naman nga sila and I hope this does not, but I think hindi naman to tumatagos, no? Na they were paid for these projects, that these technically would not be government funds because they're not government employees, and that this is technically private wealth na nila. Pero hopefully yung mga tao na intindihan na kahit pa the very essence of getting government funds is that, or parang there's a public interest behind it. Kaya nga yung regulation sa tubig, kuryente, 'di ba? Kontrata naman yan, public contracts. Ang bigat ng regulation kasi we think of them as public utilities. Paano pa to? Talagang roads, flood control projects, certainly kailangang mas higpitan pa.
Um, Let me rewind a little bit. First of all, hindi na siya British accent, no? Si
Ah,
our
madam.
conversations and very standard American accent. Although yung American accent ko, Donald Trump na eh. Wonderful, beautiful people. No, I mean, first of all, I mean,
Sigurado ba tayong siya yon o si Michael V?
yun nga
Si
eh.
Bitoy daw yun eh.
Like, ito, life imitates art ba to? Pati si Michael V. Wait, parang binigyan mo ako ng second career because ang naghahanap ng second career ay si Edu Manzano. My
Oh
goodness, that
yeah.
guy is juicing it. Is he like Pasim Flex also? Because some of them are AI, obviously, but some of them are not AI. It's like, oh, are you showing your nice apartment and you're like nice Louis Vuitton? Come on. Come on, seriously, I know marami mga medyo ibang generation na may crush kay Tito Edu and all. I know you're blinded by your desires, but I'm sorry, like as a guy looking like, dude, come on, pasim flex yan. Yun yung parang Parang magda-drive ka, pero i-flex mo yung triceps mo para makikita nung
Okay.
medyo
As
ano
in,
eh, oo, medyo epal, medyo cliche, at saka medyo parang too much na. Like, okay,
yeah,
you're funny, but no, but this is a serious point I want to raise because a while ago you said Jingoy, and all those people benefited from the dad's time, but suddenly I was reminded of I don't know if you remember this person, Janet Napoles, PDAF, right?
yeah.
I remember 12 years ago, we had the supposed 1 million march. Probably we are all in Luneta, 75,000, 100,000. Oh, Corina Sanchez was also there. Um, and and then yun, akala natin yun na yun, galit ng tao. And I was looking at the numbers. It was 10 billion pesos and we called it the mother of all scandals.
Oh, stop.
Kanina, I look at the calculation, we're talking about $10 billion of corruption. So we went down like by a factor of 50, 55 bang exchange rate, 56. So my question here is, hindi ba dapat medyo lampas na tayo sa second stage of grief, which is outrage and anger? Medyo dapat nasa next, medyo parang stuck pa rin tayo sa name and shame. Obviously, shameless tong mga taong to eh. Kung hindi sila makapal ang mukha, they won't be, some of them are still there in Senate or whatever. Like, hindi ba, attorney, I think we're past dapat that point of just sarcasm and name and shame. I mean, I do sarcasm. I do that all the time. But parang feeling ko medyo, ano na eh. I'm not saying let's go Indonesia, but medyo, medyo siguro naman past acceptance and into solutions na dapat tayo, no?
Yeah, kaya ang hirap lang kasi I understand na dito sa Pilipinas, we're in a survival economy. So there's lots of things that you need to think about. Kaya nararamdaman ko yun sa mga tao na, yeah, galit na galit ako. Kaya lang, teka lang, ma'am, kailangan ko pa pong pumasada or kailangan ko pang, well, they still have to do something. So we're stuck in a rut na sobrang dami ng issue, sobrang dami ng problema, pero iisipin mo, naku, gutom pa ako, etc. Kaya may isang medyo nag-click sa akin eh. So there was this viral tweet which called for or mentioned that Grab would still work in other countries. So you could order food for the rallies in Indonesia. So i-order mo sila.
Solidarity.
Yeah, solidarity. So you
Wow.
send them something and then there's a particular address. So parang ang point niya was that, well, this revolution will not feed itself. Although, ang inisip ko doon, pinadala niya kasi tubig. So, she sent over so many bottles. Parang, oh, that's, not too environmentally friendly. But then,
Kumita pa yung
that's,
Nestle at saka yung mga korporasyon ng
yeah. Pero yung spirit lang na, oo nga, no, if we just get a core of people who will act and they are sustained throughout, kaya eh. And iniisip ko yung kailan yung last time na parang may spontaneous outpouring of like food specifically and yung kumbaga support, not just money kasi money it's easy to give away kasi here's my extra money, ganyan. Pero yung food that you prepared, that you ordered, na ni-refer sa'yo ganito, was during the campaign 2022 when people were passing down puto, siopaw along the crowds. Tapos you don't care who had it. If we just transform that, not as an electoral kumbaga, exercise, into something else, then probably we're looking at the next,
solidarity,
I
man.
want to say it, na EDSA revolution. Eh. Pero I don't know how it should look like. But there's one invitation I got. May run daw sa UP Diliman this weekend. So I guess dun yung, kung galit na galit ka at gusto mong magpawis, pwede. So I'm
Di ba medyo
monitoring kung
escapist
matutuloy
yan?
doon.
Parang just get the punching bag and get it out. Kasi yun ang worry ko eh, na we'll be stuck at this level of just letting off steam while letting the Titanic ship sink. You know what I'm saying? Like ganun eh.
Yeah.
Parang that's my worry eh. I think people don't understand where I'm coming from. Kasi sabi ni Richard, but Richard, ano, ba't ka ganyan? Naaway mo lahat. Kasi parang point ko is that I was at that state of mind 12 years ago and some of our friends were at that state of mind 40 years ago. Saan yung development natin? Kung ganun pa rin yung level of political consciousness natin. Like, okay, funny si Edu Manzan, but how is that gonna help us in terms of coming up with, I don't know, People's Tribunal, an independent People's Commission, right? I'd rather hear more from, I don't know, Heidi Mendoza maybe about account. You get what I'm saying? Because I mean, we're hearing all about these wonderful celebrities who are shocked by corruption and everything, right? I'm sure these celebrities never spend time with any politico. They never, they're like totally shocked, right? This is like they're, oh, okay, I'm great, fantastic. I'm glad that they have political consciousness, but hanggang kailan lang ba tayo na hanggang dito lang tayo eh? And that's really my frustration. You were talking about survival
Hanggang
economy. Well,
SOCMED.
Indonesia is survival economy. I mean, literally, the people who are now on the streets, ito yung mga Gojek drivers, right? Ito yung mga estudyante, nakita mo, mas payat pa sa atin nung time natin sa UP, di ba? Talagang, kitang-kita mo talaga, medyo, alam mo na, di ba? So,
And I could imagine that's
mga
why
taga
they're
Nara
looting the
ng University of
houses.
Jakarta, yung mga ganun type, di ba? Yung mga old Nara. Yung mga itsura nila, yung mga taga Nara dati, yung ganun. Alam mo na yan eh. Basta there's a certain profile, taga Nara to, di ba? Ganun eh. So, I don't know. For me, bakit tayo parati may excuse yung ibang bansa, kahit mga pinaka-pobreng bansa or kasing... May nangyayari, Thailand, di ba? Gulo din ang Thailand. At least there's again, I'm not asking for gulo. I'm asking for change, real change. The only real change we got was Digong, which is for the worst.
Uh, so actually last year, was it 2024 or 23? Bangladesh.
Last year yun. Last year, ba?
Last year, yeah. Yung
Student-led
student uprising,
revolution.
and then there was something changed. Pero from what I hear from them, hanggang ngayon, di pa rin yata nagkaka-eleksyon. Tapos parang same old, same old. Kaya, yeah, I agree na the old mechanisms won't work. Kaya we really have to look at new things. Kaya lang, we need to meet. Kaya these activities na pinananawagan, we just show up and see where we find time to discuss things, etc. Pero I don't know, with so many other issues that we've recently tried to agree on. I did mention in one of our episodes ba, yung February 25? Parang
Right.
kalakhan nun bumuhos ng EDSA, but then parang nawala na rin yung mga ties. Although there were some groups still standing, I hear that one Taft, so the schools in that area, are still agreeing on so many points, and then they will mobilize. Oops, baka naman maano ko, ma-preempt ko. They will mobilize or they will help in some way dito sa September activities, but more for the
Well,
ICC.
I'm glad there are going to be meetings like that. Because the meeting I heard is Sarah wants to meet Lenny again in Bicol. I don't want to put you into trouble, but kailangan ba yan regularly every year? I mean,
Parang poon.
I mean, how should I put? I mean,
It's optics, no? It's just for show talaga. Kaya
no, I mean,
iba yung
to meet Sarah to be nice. I mean, like, is it an obligation to meet Sarah Duterte after everything she has done to Leila de Lima?
okay.
After every, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
But from her personality, from what we know, tatanggapin
she's
niya yan
nice.
eh.
Yeah, she's nice.
So,
Yeah.
ako parang to some extent, we need to accept Lenny for all her limitations. Mabait
That's
siya,
one way,
tatanggapin
that's
niya.
one way of putting it. Yeah.
Kaya I'm seeing some people say that, yeah, I support Lenny. I would have wanted her to do this or to do that. Pero it turns out hindi siya. So maybe she's not the solution, or she's not the
Yeah,
end
maybe
all
we're
and be
asking
all.
too much of her. Sometimes sabi ko, baka nga we're becoming harsh because we're looking at the wrong wall or the wrong tree or something like.
Yeah. And she
Maybe
hasn't
she's going
been,
to be a great mayor, no question about it.
yeah,
But you know, ibang leader of opposition is a different ballgame, isn't it?
she hasn't been inauthentic eh. Parang wala namang siyang pinangako sa atin na hindi siya kakausap ng iba, na hindi siya mag-welcome ng ganito. She's always been for conciliation, and even during her time as not only vice president, no, pero as what's this, yung char o ng war on drugs. She was there for about a few months or a few weeks na trying to oversee the implementation of the war on drugs, di ba?
She made
Very ano siya,
criticism, in fairness. I mean,
magnanimous.
she spoke out. She said, mali yung mga ganitong parang. In fairness naman, I'll give that to Ma'am Lenny. Ako kasi, I don't know. The Lenny I remember is Lenny that ran for Congress against all odds, and the Lenny that ran for VP. Just go and watch. In fact, if you watch the movie, yung Kingmaker, Diba? Which predicted basically return of the Marcoses, except it didn't predict that it will be Marcos and Dutertes together. Actually, that movie was not pessimistic enough. That's the only problem. Like, no, that movie is actually optimistic. Doon, makita mo si Lenny, palaban. I mean, Lenny was a fighter. I mean, you would listen to her, she would say, I'm here, I'll do everything to make sure hindi makabalik ang... I miss that, Lenny. I'll be honest. Kaya nga sabi ko, I cannot blame myself believing in Lenny because, you know, that I mean, of course, I believe in Lenny, but in terms of as the leader, is because that's the Lenny I remember. Diba? That's the Lenny I remember. Now, having said that, I'm sure medyo nagtampo si Senator Trillanes sa akin, but I also made clear na, okay, uh, just because she's not doing what we want her to do, it's not a reason for, you know, us to imply that they're best friends with Sarah. But nevertheless,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it would. But I think it would be important for Ma'am Lenny to make it clear if ever there's gonna be another meeting with Sara Duterte after everything again, it doesn't really mean anything, right? I really hope because Sara will make something out of it or her factotum. They'll say, oh, see, nagsama na. Ito na yung anti-Duterte block. Ito na yung Rosa. They'll make propaganda na naman like that, exactly like we saw it last year. And then babash na naman kami for saying anything about it. But you're right, Christina. I mean, maybe sometimes we are being unfair, asking too much of Ma'am Lenny. But what I'm saying is that I remember Lenny of 2015-16, sobrang tapang, sobrang inspiring. That was the Lenny I'm still looking for. I don't think that Lenny is gone. I think it's still there.
Well, in recent years, kumbaga, she's been different. And I think it would be best kung ganito kasi parang ginagamit siya eh. Ginagamit ka, 'di ba? Is for her to kumbaga preempt or counterattack and state right before the meeting or even after the meeting na, well, we talked and I told her that walang patawad sa ganito. Kumbaga, ano yung issues na napag-usapan nila. Kasi kung mag-shake hands lang pala sila, eh, bakit na lang sila mag-Zoom meeting? Ay ng photo together. So, I hope they talk about like issues talaga and she draws the line na Lenny says, uh, for example, for the victims, well, I support the victims and please tell your supporters to back off the victims and let the process go on. Something like that. Or, I don't know,
But now,
ano
now
pa
you're
pwede
asking too
mapag-usapan?
much, maybe.
Yeah.
But do you get what I'm saying? This is the dilemma. This is really always the dilemma.
Yeah.
Ako, I like what Kiko D did, for instance. He said, di ba, BBM said reconciliation, mga ganyan-ganyan, nung Ninoy Aquino Day. Sabi niya, there will be no reconciliation unless there's justice and accountability for dictatorship. Tapos. Tapos na. No need to explain anything.
Yeah.
That's it. Game done. Like ako, I would say, yeah, I'll be civil. I mean, Lenny met also handshake with Marcos. We didn't make much out of it because it's not like she said, oh, we're fine and dandy with everything Marcos did, right? If it's casual, if it's whatever, I'm fine with it. Or, as I said, maybe better to even clarify that this doesn't mean anything just to make sure. But I don't want to belabor this issue too much before we go really to the meat of our discussion, which is yung na-archive sa ICC. I'm sorry, yung president na sa ICC. But one thing more I want to ask here is on the issue of corruption. So, Attorney Conti, how do you see movement on this, short of RevGov, short of Indonesian rebel insurrection, short of, I don't know, some military coup or some crazy stuff? Anong mga elements that have to come together? Because this is a jigsaw puzzle, right? Hindi pwede isang paraan lang. Hindi pwede rally lang. Hindi lang pwede isang independent commission lang, right? Hindi lang pwede umasa tayo sa next ombudsman. It has to be all of the above, right?
Yeah. So one, definitely mas masusing investigation. And I have to point out independent or impartial investigation. Vince Dizon is correct that the DPWH parang internal investigation or mechanisms will not work kung ang uod mo galing sa loob. But that's asking for too much, 'di ba? Na yung mga kumbaga yung mga politiko natin will withdraw from the investigation and ask somebody else to investigate. But we're hoping for that. And sana may prosecution. So that's important. But what I'm seeing would be some prosecutions tapos against parang yung kalaban, ganun. Kaya ang makikita ko, there would be a further divide into whose camp you are in
Yeah.
and then who will, because you will be protected by whichever. And right now, obviously, it will be the BBM camp which will protect itself. So you want to be allied with them para hindi ka mapapansin, hindi ka bubusisiin. But it just really, ang nakikita ko. So they're looking at Zaldico.
They're the favorite
And
punching bag next to the
yeah,
I
hindi
want
ko
to say Dracaris, sorry.
pa,
Vizcaya, sorry.
hindi ko pa lang nakikita kung paano siya gagalaw or paano siya proprotektahan essentially. Let's see how things develop. Pero yun, magdi-divide pa yan further into this camp and the other camp para lang so that kumbaga sheltered camp, because I don't think anyone is coming to court or coming to the Congress or Senate with clean hands. Lahat yan. Eh, may naglalabas na nga ng mga resibo ng birthday party and all that. But I also see, and this is important for us in this platform, I also see yung social media being the avenue for many more Filipinos to be involved or to know of these issues. Ang tinitimpla ko lang, how many are still using, marami pa ring nagraradyo. Marami pang nakaradyo or quote-unquote
Kasi yung radyo
traditional
nagiging
media.
Facebook na rin. Yung DZMM show nila, 4 alas nila Ronald, #1 na ngayon.
Ah,
Kasi nag-aasaran, gagawa rin kami ng ganyan. Ng mga sila
ganun?
Ina.
Oh.
Yeah. Medyo 5 naman kami, Fantastic Five.
So yun, yung gano'n na parang social media and yung for the people to understand what's happening. Medyo technical ang mga nangyayari. And before it was maybe killings, ganyan. Kaya ito yung sa how do public works really go around? Paano ba yan? Kanina nga, di ba, parang paulit-ulit, paano po ba nakakakuha ng kontrata? Alam mo, ang worry ko lang doon pala, as an aside, baka mamaya may ma-inspire. Ganun pala.
What do you mean ma-inspire? Yung
Ma-inspire lang.
kalakaran? Yung
Kalakaran.
kalakaran.
Kasi
Baka may
sino,
maghanap buhay.
oo, kumbaga, ganun pala ha. Tapos with all these people sidelined, kasi paano na sila gagalaw ngayon? Kami naman. And they will outsmart the system. Lalo na ganyan talaga yung specialty ng mga Pinoy, maparaan. Pero ako, ang nakikita ko, hindi gobyerno ang magiging ano dito, ang magiging susi, kundi yung taong bayan talaga. What we do, what we will demand, or what we will kumbaga exact as justice. Yung Indonesia talaga, it's very tempting.
Medyo. Level 10 na sila kasi tayo level 2 pa lang tayo. Sila level
Oo
10
nga
na eh.
eh. Very tempting na parang, ito yung talagang, yaman-yaman kayo. Kinuha ko na yung bag mo, parang ganun. Kaya lang, of course, we don't want to promote that kind of
Violence. Kasi it
violence.
can get out of control. At saka maraming
Yeah.
oportunista. There are many people
Yeah.
who are taking advantage of it, gangs and also. Please never romanticize violence. It
Yeah.
rarely goes well.
And someone has pointed out na parang, this is what you did in the Philippines, or parang, kumbaga yung nangyari daw sa Malacanang noon, ito yung ginagawa ng Indonesia. Somebody said, well, I was there. We did not do that. Maybe there was some, kumbaga, destruction of property kasi papasok ang pintuan eh. But the shoes were intact, personal properties were intact. And you can see now, Malacanang is standing and their museum has all these relics still in place. So,
Maybe that was
hindi
what.
yata
Maybe yun yung
ugali
mali
ng
natin. Baka
Pilipino.
yun yung mali natin. No, kasi
Yun yung mali? Okay.
di ba sa Sri Lanka, ganun din, na-loot eh. Yung Taliban,
Yeah, yeah,
ganun,
yeah.
they all loot eh. Talagang nag-all
May,
out loot sila.
yung may nakahiga
Romania,
sa kama.
Ukraine. Oo, exactly. Nakahiga sa kama, nagsa-selfie. Ukraine, grabe din, di ba? Yung umalis yung pro-Russian president na 2014 after Maidan. Again, we're speaking of which, nakita yung friend ko ngayon na nasa Al Jazeera covering in Indonesia kasi sila yung mga kausap ko on the ground. This thing is, of course, people forget Indonesia is the fourth largest democracy in the world. I mean, this is not a small country. But of course, there's always risk also if things go very violent. May excuse din yung mga masamang tao to create martial law. And I think people forget there's someone called Prabowo Subianto, who's a former commander accused of human rights violations, abducting students during the anti-East Timor, rallies. Not to mention, ito ay son-in-law ng dati nilang dictator Suharto. So I am really hoping things don't go crazy. Pero so far, in fairness, nagba-back down yung government, no? Kinancel yung perks na
Yeah.
extra sa mga politiko, nag-apologize sila, baka matanggal nga yung police chief na investigate. So, I don't know, sometimes you also wonder, maybe this is the only way to get the attention of Trapos, right? You show them some force.
Yeah. Kumbaga, hindi natin madadaan lang to ng eleksyon kasi obviously, we still keep voting wrong. Yun lagi yung pang-pressure eh. No? Sige, hindi na natin iboboto yung mga corrupt. Maybe it's worked in some places. For example, Pasig. But hindi, talagang by force. And nakikita naman natin yan eh. Even this very investigation, lumabas siya kasi nagalit yung tao. At may nakita nga ako ng sinasabi niya, perfect timing, pati yung Mother Nature, nakiki-fact check na, oh, may flood control issue kayo. O sige, uulan ngayong weekend. O tingnan nyo talaga
Bago nyo
na,
kalimutan, bigyan ko na naman kayo ng reminder.
oo, oo, baka mamaya, paano kayo, investigation, tapos wala namang kalalabasan. Eto. So, sana, sana lang talaga matuto. Hindi ko lang alam eh kung paano talaga titimo doon sa mga tao eh, kung paano. Pero anyway, I hope things find the right places and people get into the right meetings.
Well, I mean, in fairness, aside from Modern Nature, it's also Vico Soto, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
really stepped up. I mean, basically, pwede na siya gumawa ng show niya, no? Banat by Vico, di ba? Like di ba? Ang dami niyang resibo eh. Talagang he broke down one by one every item na minention in Discaya. So you were saying Discaya is interestingly honest, but according to Vico, she's not honest enough. So he was like breaking. I like this version of Vico.
Oh,
Napalaba,
sorry. Not honest, prangka.
like or
Prangka.
worse, right? From brazen.
Oo, 2016. How many, 28 po. Nagbilang pa siya eh, no?
Parang kung
Pero may
nahirapan
sasakyan.
pa siya, no? Tapos hindi, I love her excuse. Kasi apat yung anak namin, kawawa naman.
Yeah.
Siyempre, pag shiny, morning, iba dapat yung kotse sa hapon, pag rainy, diba? I mean, baka naman, meron silang ganun, meron silang aesthetic choices. Pero yung umbrella talaga, I think yun yung mahirap to get over eh. Hanggang ngayon, I still cannot get over someone buying a car because of the umbrella. Like, alam ko hindi tayo mayaman, we don't understand what yaman means, but hindi rin eh. Like, I like a yacht, you know, like, but I won't buy a
Yeah.
car for an umbrella. Never, like, never, ever.
Tsaka parang grabe yung no, yung parang walang pagtutumpik-tumpik. Yung mga middle class and kumbaga ordinaryong Pilipino, parang type ko yan. May ganitong yung mga kausap ko. If they really like it, uuwi muna sila, pag-iisipan, pag binalikan nila at nandun pa, okay, meant to be. Siya wala. Walang patumpik-tumpik. Gusto ko to. Okay.
Ano yun, parang
Kaya,
oligarchs, Russian oligarchs. I mean, I've seen some I mean, alam mo yung Rodeo Drive sa Beverly Hills, di ba?
yeah.
Papasok sa loob, I want that, and then yung mga muchacha kukunin. Literally ganun, and then they'll take it and they go. As in, literally ganun. Baka medyo may pagkaganon si Madam.
Oo nga eh, no? And iniisip ko na parang saan niya nakuha tong ganung parang culture because she's nouveau-riche. Hindi
But
naman siya
yeah,
talaga,
but she's English.
oh, alright.
And that's just in English. Baka she got it from her, I don't know, yung mga boss niya sa
It,
England, mga posh.
yeah, and then it turns out, tito niya or relative niya, yung Eusebius. Yeah,
Oh,
kaya
the ties that
maternal
bind.
tito. Kaya parang ako, okay, pero you can't really say this runs in the blood, quote unquote.
I
Pero
almost said that.
kaya ang hirap lang dito, no? Parang pag naging mayaman ka talaga at hindi tama yung values mo, kahit na naging mayaman ka at nasa tama, no? Pag hindi tama yung values mo, parang mapupunta talaga sa wala at lagi kang questionin. Lumalabas nga ngayon yung, paano ba to naging mayaman? Kaya nagugustuhan ko din to na even yung influencer culture, naka-question eh. Dati, busit na busit ako dito eh, na ano pa kailam ko? And it comes into my feed. Gusto ko na nga awayin yung mga kaibigan ko. Sino ba nag-like nito? Pumapasok sa TikTok at saka sa Instagram. Bakit may ganitong, sorry, ang favorite ko lang ngayon ay si Becca Bloom sa
Ayan,
Instagram.
aminan na.
Yeah. Oh. Kasi
Ako even more
nakakatuwa lang
pretentious.
siya. Oh. So but
Ako,
anyway, yung mga influencer na Filipino, okay, na Filipino na parang sino ba 'to? Saan ba 'to nanggaling? So ngayon, kini-question na bakit ba 'to mayaman? Kaya yung I think kahit paano tumatalino din yung even yung mga influencers. Sana lang mag-seep pa even further at hindi maging aspirational para sa sabihin na natin doon sa mga yung ganitong klasing
yun
buhay.
nga, like my point is, where do you draw the line between legitimate aspirational predisposition to be very sociological about it. And medyo masyado ng OOTD at saka decadent na ito. Parang this is Kadiri. Basically Kadiri na to. I mean, you cannot buy class, but apparently you can buy crass. Nakita mo ba yung forma nila? Like, oh my, like pogo chic. I mean, it's just like screaming Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton. Yung mga district engineer ang pinaka-favorite ko sa forma. A screaming big watch, a screaming like LL and like V. Like, alam mo yung parang ibang klase. Parang, kuya, kakalabas mo lang ba sa Green Hills Shopee? Yung mga ganun. Like, it looks fake on them kasi hindi bagay sa kanila. No offense. It looks so crass, it looks fake.
Parang yung parang maiisip mo na, ako, I don't really like, kumbaga, yung branded clothes na may ang laki-laki ng logo. Yun yung gusto nila eh. Mapakita yung logo eh. But put all together, mukha silang tanga. Tapos yung point pa na 1,000,000 para magmukha kang ganyan. Ganyan to yung, kumbaga, punta tayo ng kung saan mang tindahan ng Divisoria, bibigyan kita
That's
ng
the
mas
best you can get, right? Yeah.
medyo sosyal na, kumbaga, money can't buy class essentially. Pero also, money can't buy your fashion sense.
It can buy you crass nga. No, I mean, speaking of
Yun lang
aspirational,
talaga.
I'll tell you what I really respect. I don't know kung nakita mo may nag-trending na Twitter na parang nag-graduate ito from marginalized community. And she was able to put together this like who are you wearing level of fashion. And then inexplain niya, saan niya binili on Shopee and Zalora and totally 1,000 pesos. With 1,000 pesos, she was able to recreate like Taylor Swift level of fashion. Yun ang nakakabilib sa akin na basically you don't have to tapon pera or nakaw pera to look great. And she looked great. Yun ang sa akin na aspirational love ko. Like, you can look super chic and very affordable. Like, hindi kailangan maging milyonaryo or something to look good. Doon ako na-impress. For me, yun yung mga vloggers na gusto ko. Believe ako sa mga ganun. Like, kaya nga, actually, yung mga old rich, medyo ganun din, di ba? Like, t-shirt lang, ganun. Okay na sila. Except yung t-shirt nila, obviously, is couture. But the point is, there's a wrong
Loro
aspiration.
Piana.
Yeah, exactly. Medyo, yeah. Kasi ako very pretentious ako. Mga fina-follow ko yung mga old rich, European, Lombardy, yung mga ganun. Outside Lyon and Provence and ganun. Anyway, speaking of Europe, let's go to our man of the moment. Rodrigo Duterte, our currently archived ex-president. So, um, I don't know if you saw the update. Again, hindi naman, ano yun. But yung petition sa amin, hindi si Topash, but that group na yan, we found so many errors, mali yung GR numbers, mali yung jurisprudence, etc. Pinashow cause namin sila sa Supreme Court. Anyway, so basically our joke was, parang medyo perfect record to mga kaibigan natin. And then the other day, talo na naman sila Topacio doon sa Duterte Youth, di ba? And then I look at our good friends on the other side of the equation who's paid very well. Unless I don't know how much is paid these people, this low lives, but parang zero din ang record ni Kaufman, no? Like aside from his PR and spins, like parang legal victory medyo zero pa rin siya, no? Purong talo eh. Interim release talo, disqualification of Karim Khan talo, disqualification judges talo. I mean, what's going on?
It simply is a difficult case, difficult client na yung kliyente mo mismo umamin na at kung ano-anong mga sinabi, huli sa sariling, di ba, ang isda na huli sa sariling bibig and so forth. And I would imagine, uh, inaaway siya or alam mo naman si Duterte, di ba? I don't know his personality in real life, kumbaga. But sabi kasi nila, may iba siyang personality in different arenas. Kumbaga, in the public view, lagi siyang ganito, pero okay naman siya nakausap in private, etc. But I could imagine he'd be a difficult client na parang, bakit ganyan ang linya mo? Bakit ganito yung linya mo? And then there's also all sorts of people around him trying to make suggestions. Kaya nga, ayaw ni Kaufman kay Harry Roque, di ba? So, by himself, si Kaufman is a character also. Si Kaufman, I think, is just trying to work for the money and to show that he's doing something. But he has to. At this point, it is not on record yet whether Duterte has applied for legal aid. Meaning, and when you apply for legal aid, medyo complicated pa yan because you need to prove that you don't have money. Kaya ako parang, okay, let's see how they will do that. And it's probably because most of the properties, monies, etc. are not in the father's name. Pwede naman ganon na mahirap siya, hindi niya afford. But anyway, wala pang clarification doon na kumbaga ICC na ang nagbabayad. So at this point, he's being paid by the Duterte family, like privately, and that means he can charge his private rates. Kasi pag sa ICC may cap.
Naka-meter ba yan by the hour ang balita?
Could be. Because, I mean, private lawyers, and I would imagine international lawyers, do yung billable hours system. So for every hour that you work on the pleading, you log in. As in literally, ganon. Every meeting is logged in. We talk, we discuss for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I traveled to this place. I had to research this. I talked to someone. So iba entirely yung mainstream lawyering, and I would imagine more so different entirely kung international lawyers. Siguro yung isang pelikula, ano ba to? Series, yung Suits. Diba? Suits kind of talks about how improve the lives of these lawyers could be kung makapasok ka na as a lawyer.
Including yung isa na hindi nag-aral na genius lang siya naging
yung genius siya. Tapos delivery guy. Tapos nung naging abogado siya, he's earning so much.
Glamour
Si Harry Specter earns this much, ganyan. So, malaki ang kinikita mo, lalo na if you bring in the clients. And with Kaufman's circumstances, he's been the lawyer for several high-profile, high-ranking na accused or suspects in the ICC. I would imagine malaki ang sinisingil niya. So, regular private rates ang singil niya.
I heard, I don't know kung lumabas pa, that there could be new cases filed by ICC against Modric and Ben-Gvir for crimes of apartheid. Parang ganun daw, new category. Maybe Kaufman will also have another case coming up because, he's also related to the other side of the equation, right?
Well, could be. But apartheid, pwede siyang pumasok sa iba pang crimes. So, it's just the 4 core crimes.
So, pwede siya magsabay-sabay na, no? Different cases he can handle differently.
That's going to be up to him kung kaya niya yon. And I don't know how committed he will be to Duterte considering they're not personal friends. So I don't know how Sara Duterte engaged him. Kung ano ka mga hatak. Pero kung mas malaki yung hatak ng Israeli government, sabihin na natin, sorry na lang. But I don't know who will handle Duterte's case. Kasi, remember
Harry Roque, I mean, I can update that. Since the last time we talked, Harry Roque's fortunes may have improved. I saw video of Polong saying, very sweet to Harry, sabi ni Dad, talagang very, very sublime, serene. Well, I never thought there's that version of Polong. Like, uy, sabi ni Dad, just do what you do. Ganun. Yeah. Tapos si Harry like melting heart. Like, yeah. So maybe, you never know. Maybe once Kaufman gives up, juices this out, maxes out, Harry's there to make, to
take over. Yeah, could also be. But to note, yung Dove Jacobs, whom we have thought will be like associate counsel, apparently was only engaged on the issue of jurisdiction. So, academic doctor, so may PhD. So, I think he was engaged only for that issue and he hasn't been showing up in recent, actually, he's never shown himself. So, akala natin may team, quote-unquote, but so far, it's just Kaufman. But in any case, kung matanggal siya at nandiyan si Harry Roque, it's really up to Duterte. Kung okay pa ba sila.
Well,
sabi lang ni Pulong
like yun. Duterte will have much choice.
Wow.
Yun nga eh. Again, maybe I don't know if it's appropriate or not. I mean, have you heard anything about his state of health, mental health? Because all his kids are going to him. They seem very happy. Justice League vibes sila. They look like champions. They look like victim. Para sila martyr. Para sila like
Yeah.
Mandela family ang vibes nila ngayon. I mean, I'm genuinely sorry to the Mandela family people. I don't mean it as an insult. This is really sarcastic because I have South African friends. Baka mamaya, what are you talking about? Diba? No, but seriously, yun ang positioning nila, di ba? Parang kami, parang Gandhian, resistance, yung ganun eh. Yung drama nila, parang wow, kayo pa ang victim ngayon.
The last update was from Sarah. Just a few hours ago, ang sabi lang niya, well, so nalaman na nila, you cannot really talk about what you discussed inside the detention facility or what happened in the detention facility
Yeah, but Kitty is
outside.
always the screenshotting, sending stuff,
Yun
right?
na nga eh.
She's
Pero,
spilling the beans all the time.
pero yun yung bagit ni Sarah. So, her last statement was, buhay pa naman po siya. So, we rely on that and then backtrack to sa
Why
mga
pa siya?
recent na
That's not
sinabi.
very reassuring.
Kaya nga, sabi ko nga, naku, baka they're setting the stage for something else. But I think parang ano lang, kumbaga, yun lang yung language ni Sarah na, buhay pa naman po siya. Kasi pigil na pigil siya to discuss things na, naku, pinagalitan na po kami,
Oo.
ganyan-ganyan. Naku, buhay pa naman siya. Parang don't worry, in a parang offhand manner. Pero papaisip ako, naku,
Or
kung,
baka yung parang yung nagkita kayo ng nakakairita mong classmate, buhay ka pa. Yung parang ganun. Alam mo
buhay
yung ganun,
pa.
buhay ka pa. Baka ganun kasi nag-away siguro sila.
Pwede. So, but yun nga, yun yung narinig ko lang na recent. Pero, again, everything about his health, Duterte's health, everything that could be made public depends on him. Kaya siyang makakapagsabi kong, yeah, ilabas niyo ang aking medical advisory. Yeah, do this, do that. Or give out my medical, I'm sure nagkaroon na siya ng medical tests. I'll give out the results of my medical tests to the general public. Pero well, wala. So it might be part also of their defense. So hinihintay lang din namin yon. Kaya ang ano lang namin, wag lang magulat. Kumbaga, things can change in an old person's body over a few
So you're worried.
months.
So you're worried. You are worried.
In a sense, well, I'm not worried about kumbaga, his condition kasi I'm pretty sure he's okay. Again, hindi siya
So you're
pababayaan ko.
worried that magdrama siya and he might...
Yes, I'm
Okay.
worried about the
Oh, that
optics.
kind of worry. Yeah, I'm worried too. I'm very worried.
Because I mean, nag-ano sila eh, nagli-lead up na sila na butot balat ganun. So when he shows up on the 23rd, tapos gone, sabihin na natin, mahaba yung balbas.
Oh,
Tapos
and then he
parang
cannot say his name
pinahaba
na
yung
naman.
buhok.
Rodrigo Rua, ganyan siya.
Oo, ganyan. Tapos ito medyo I think physically may nagbago na talaga sa kanya. I could also imagine the diet and then yung adjustment dun sa lamig. But then I will always go back to the statement of Madam Elizabeth Zimmerman. Okay naman siya, payat, pero glowing.
Ay, glowing. Bakit kaya? I wonder why. Parang medyo patama yata sa kabilang kampiyan. Basta pag kami, glowing siya. Malay ko sa inyo.
Pwede rin, ang
Oh.
dami.
By the way, ano
Yun
ba
lang, we
latest
need
dun
to be
sa...
ready.
But seriously, this is a matter of national security. Kamusta ang latest sa Humba Wars? This Alvin plus Aldo ba ma?
Aldo.
Aldo versus these people, nag-away sila, nagla-livestream. Wait. Bago tayo mag-away, i-livestream ko muna dito. Ayan, mag-away tayo. Like, these people, I mean, they're unbelievable. Lahat na lang for the content. Even yung away nila, tas natawa ako kay Harin, sabi niya, bakit ka naka-live kung gusto mo makipa? Nakita ko nga kayo ni Aldo, pinagtatawanan niyo ako para di ka na like, Hari talaga!
Yan medyo parang yeah, you would expect. Pero yung hindi ko kinaya na aspect or talagang parang wow, grabe to. Yung babayaran ko, yung humba. I've never used that in an argument in a sense na parang hindi ko magets yun eh.
Sorry. Kasi kasama mga Ilocano minsan pag-away, bayaran ko yan. Lahat yan bayaran ko yan.
Okay,
Or,
okay.
he's not Ilocano, but I'm saying like, there's certain cultures, that's your way out. Like, Parang
Ah,
it's like,
okay.
I'll buy you, your family, your life, yung mga ganon.
Very Ann Curtis.
Oh,
Pero
medyo may I will
pero
buy
yung
you.
humba, ah, yun yung parang ako, I will buy what I ate. Parang a birthday party.
Hindi nga siya
Parang,
invited, di ba? Kasi
yun na nga eh.
the issue is not even eating. Like, why are you even here? Yun yung point niya. Actually, Team Alvin ako. I'm sorry to say. I'm Team Alvin. Kami ni
Okay.
Attorney Falsis, we are Team Alvin. Like, oh nga, bakit siya nandyan?
Okay. Well, ako, inaabangan ko lang. I'm here for the entertainment. Aldo, Alvin, whatever. Happy birthday to you or belated happy birthday. Pero I guess Humba will not be on the menu in the next meetings.
But the Humba fallout will be there, right? Kasi proxy war naman
Yes.
talaga yan. This is really a proxy war. I mean, let's be honest, right? That's why I'm interested in this Humba situation. Basically, there are two strategies, di ba? Kasi bangag-bangag-bangag yung isa, di ba? Ito yung prof mo, di ba? Tapos yung kabila, interestingly, sila Alvin pa yung professional. Hindi sila bastos, ah. They tag me, they attack me online. Pero respectfully, ah,
Oh. Oh, and
Alvin
Alvin,
attacking me, but very subtle and very, medyo sarcastic na, pero hindi bastos.
yeah, and
It-
Alvin,
Interesting.
parang he's the quote-unquote journalist on their side. He interviewed Kaufman, and then
Ah,
Kaufman was
interesting.
so, yeah, and Kaufman was so, kumbaga, um, friendly to him na parang, oh, Alvin, you make the right questions. You're better than most journalists, etc.
You're amazing. You're
So,
wonderful. Ganon.
yeah,
Most
but you're asking the
beautiful.
right questions essentially.
Matalino
So,
siya. Matalino siya. I watched some of his like, di ba, he started in tourism and all, di ba? So medyo parang
yeah,
friendly. Alam mo yung happy, jolly, ganun siya eh. Maganda yung vibes niya eh. Of course, I don't agree with the person in terms of the DDS. Pero yung personality niya, sobrang hindi katulad nung isa na grating talaga nakakairita, di ba? Oh, by the way, speaking of Humba, marami may message naman Twitter. Remember yung episode natin, pinag-usapan natin, Pizzagate? May Pizzagate kayo sa inyo, di ba?
with
Tama
Bongo.
na Pizzagate in UP.
Oh, oh!
Remember? Sabi mo, may pizza, okay na biglang happy ang buhay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Naiiba
but
ang,
wala na, nasa
naiiba ang.
internet na eh. Wala ka ng takas. Babalikan ko yan. Can you clarify the Pizzagate situation before the Humba?
Well, what I can say is that Sir Harry likes pizza, and well, the rest of the class, public international law, love pizza as well. So in some meetings, most meetings of the class, we would have pizza in the middle of the class, and then the kumbaga, hindi na kami tense, hindi na kami stressed. Kaya that could also be a technique for other professors, for the law students
Well,
out there.
I'm not
How
sure
to
it's very healthy. I
mollify.
mean, not like I don't know kung nag-stem cell siya or hindi, but some told me nag-stem cell siya because he didn't live a very healthy life. Like, yeah,
Yeah, so it's
yun lang.
pizza and Coke.
That's it. Mic drop. It's over. Wala na akong masabi. That's the worst way to relax your students.
There has to be
Killing
Coke.
them softly. Killing them softly. Wow. Talagang next level. Now, just to recap for people, this is the last but very most super important part. The witnesses situation. So, on a serious note, eto na naman tayo, itong pinaka mga walang hiyang tao. Pinagtawanan nila yung mga witnesses nag-volunteer to go there. Sabi na parang parang game show daw yun na ng parang naging prize na sino maka-Hague. Alam mo yun, like, it was so bad. But for
Yeah,
the
they did the Jet
bastos
Blue.
talaga sila.
Yung,
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
Jet Blue Holiday. If you, as a victim of the war.
Kasi ito yung kay Vice Ganda. 'Di ba? Yun yung ano nila kay Vice Ganda. They spin
At
it the other
turn
day.
around.
Yes, 'di
Okay.
ba kay Vice parang jet ski holiday sa mga DDS ICC. And then ginawa nila yan sa witnesses na parang hey holiday ganyan ganyan. But but
Ganyan.
on but this is serious because that's the really strategy. They demonize, denigrate, demoralize. I met some of the parents of the witnesses. And they were saying, sir, natatakot kasi binabastos kami. Lalong bumabalik yung sakit na parang nade-dehumanize kami. Like, dehumanization is like double killing. Literally, pinatay na nga yung anak mo, tapos pinagtatawanan pa yung anak mo. Pinagtatawanan ka pa yung pain mo, di ba? Like, it's like killing you again eh. So, for the sake of people who are not familiar, what was the mechanics of this witnesses not auditioning, but like applying to be part of the prosecution's basically evidentiary the corpus.
So, just to clarify, so there's victim witnesses and participating victims. So kung victim witness ka, actually, you're not going to be required to show up in The Hague at this point.
Sorry,
Unlike,
which one? So which one you don't
so,
need? Okay, so
so
two types.
victim witnesses and
So you
then
have to be there if you're a
participating
witness.
victims. Yes, if you're a witness.
Okay.
But for this hearing, I don't think it's necessary yet. Kasi, I mean, the victim, kung victim ka, di ba, ng killing on the ground, what
Right.
will you say? I will say, the killing happened this way, etc. If they ask you, was Duterte there? Tapos. So you need to pull out kahit paano parang yung joker mo. Hindi pa yung king queen, hindi pa yung alas mo talaga. So you pull out a joker or kind of a strong card na good enough na makonnect si Duterte mismo dun sa entire situation and to the killing. Kumbaga, yung nag-utos siya at napatay. Remember that the victim witnesses or yung surviving families nung namatay, most of the stories that they have revolve around, natagpuan lang naming patay o kaya pinalabas kami ng bahay. They haven't really seen the actual shooting. Or even if we say we have
Right.
an eyewitness na talagang nakakita ng shooting, hindi niya masasabi na nandun si Duterte. So if I were the prosecution, again, we're on the side of the victims, which is a separate group. If I were the prosecution, I will not present those witnesses yet because the value of the evidence, kumbaga, that they will give will be at trial. Doon yun ma-appreciate.
Yun yung ace
You
card
need
mo,
to
kumbaga.
connect the
Yeah.
dots. Oo. You need to connect the dots during trial. Dito, kailangan medyo malakas. Si Duterte, ito ang ginawa. Si Duterte, ito yung involvement niya dun sa killings. So, unlikely, kumbaga na dapat padala. And then, same guidelines for participating victims. Participating victims are just supposed to give their views and concerns. Ito, because not all the victims will be called to witness or even to provide evidence, kahit nga documentary at the trial. Kasi at the ICC, if the crime is crimes against humanity, they don't need to prove each and every one of the crimes. It's the other way around. Hindi mo popruwebahan yung nangyari because you can prove that with admission. The police, PNP, says 7,000 ang namatay sa deaths in police operations. Tapos na yon. What you need to prove is the order. Kung paano siya na-involve. Kaya hindi ganoon kakailangan yung mga victims at this point sa trial, some portions. So now the participating victims, medyo less pa yung parang value ng sasabihin nila. They are technically just required to give views and concerns. Anong tingin nyo kapag lalaya na siya? Anong tingin nyo kapag ganito yung argument niya? And views and concerns are to be technical about it, not kumbaga not legal. Ano siya? Parang victim impact statements in some jurisdictions. Sa US, di ba may mga ganyan? It does not go into the decision per se, but it goes into sorry, not the decision, but it does not go into the verdict kung guilty ka ba or not guilty because that depends on facts, evidence. Yung penalty. It goes into the penalty kung are you remorseful? So you have mitigating or justifying circumstances. Paano kagaan o kabigat titingnan ng ICC yung kaso mo. So gaano katagal kang makukulong, parang ganon. So the participating victims are not required to go to the Hague. And the
Yun yung
ICC
event ng
says,
participating victims.
yeah, views and concerns.
So hindi ito to get a ticket to Hague and all. I mean, even technically speaking, I of course that's propaganda, but so that was about them
No,
really providing evidentiaries, supplementary,
the
parang ano.
victims, the witness victims yon. Pero again, pailan-ilan lang yan. In some cases nga, 3 lang yung kinukuha nilang victim witnesses and the rest would be parang ibang level, like insider witnesses or police na bumaliktad. So, because not all the victims will be witnesses, kaya binuo yung concept ng victims participation. So, yung participating victims, even if they will not be heard during the trial, in a sense, as regards the evidence, maririnig yung boses nila as to their sentiments. Yun, lalong hindi required pumunta. At the same time, it works also na, so sa atin kasi di ba pag umatras yung biktima, wala nang kaso. Parang gano'n, di ba? Yung private offended. Nanakawan ako, pag ayaw kong i-pursue yung kaso or nabayaran na ako eventually, okay na ako, i-let go ko na, mati-dismiss yan eventually. Sa kasong to, because the victims are so, kumbaga in some way, separate from the prosecution of the crime, it's not the victims initiating the prosecution. You cannot ask or you cannot call for the dismissal of the case if the victims withdraw. At this point, in the trial, kahit na sabihin mo, takutin mo yung mga victims, wala. Kaya, I guess, baka may ganong tactic yung mga DDS, hindi po mag-work. Kahit
Yeah, hindi
paatrasin yung
mag-work.
lahat. Hindi
Sabihin na natin,
mag-work.
don't try.
Don't try.
Don't even
At
try.
hindi magmamatter kung 300, 17, 10 lang ang mag-participate na victims. It's not a loss on the part of the ICC, and
Pero
it will
from an
not affect
optics,
the case.
domestic politics point of view,
Ah,
important to push back against. Kasi di ba dalawa yung warfare
definitely.
natin eh. There's a legal warfare of justice, but there's an informational warfare for political reasons, right?
Which is why some victims are going.
Exactly.
So, kaya sana yung mga, ano lang, kumbaga, mga, ano ba, mga supporters, hopefully, could also help protect the victims in all ways possible. Kung kailangan talaga
But
nung
wala pa rin
physically,
government support, Christina?
it's participating victims. Government said they will support victim witnesses. So yung victim witnesses
Yeah. So
kasi,
second layer
yun yung,
kasi yun. Yeah.
oh, it's yung victim witnesses, ito yung kumbaga talaga magte-testify. And um parang yung mag-victim, ano to, yung witness protection program, parang ganon. So they can do that, pero there's a lot of, kumbaga, cons to that. If you're under witness protection, paano ka magtatrabaho? Paano yung eskwela ng anak mo, etc. Kaya not many choose to be in a witness, in a very strict witness protection program. Lalo na if you're unsure when the trial will take place or when you are going to testify. Long term to, we're looking at probably 10 years. Kaya baka yung iba nino-romanticize kasi feeling nila bibigyan ng
Yeah.
bagong identity. Di ba yung sa US?
Yeah,
New
yung mga Hollywood movies.
identity,
Yeah.
transplant, gano'n. So no, it
Correct.
doesn't work that way in the
Oh,
Philippines
wow.
or even with the ICC. Kaya it's a little bit more complicated,
Yeah, it's tough. It's very tough.
even with government support. Kasi for participating
Right.
victims, what I can say is, yung, kumbaga, uh, they will give their views and concerns. It's really still civil society that has taken the lead. Ang government kasi, they will protect victims or victim witnesses. But how sure are they that they have
Right.
completely ask everybody, magiging witness ka ba? Kasi under ano din yan secret din yan
Yeah.
Kaya,
Wow.
it's more complicated
More
than
power to you. Yeah.
simply saying na ang victims may free ticket, etc. But tayo-tayo lang din to.
Yeah.
I can safely say that the Philippine government is not supporting participating victims in this process
Should they
yet.
or would you welcome that? I mean, are you comfortable with that?
Well, it would depend on the clients, but personally, me as a lawyer, no.
You don't
Kasi
trust them.
parang,
Baka kung saan
I
mapunta.
don't, yes.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
then,
it's the same. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not sure na purge yung mga, you know.
precisely, sila pa rin ang nakaupo. And sabi nga namin, you need to understand sa government, lalo na napag-usapan natin yung Quadcom na tapos sabi, okay, we will protect you. And then they said, okay, we'll send out police officers. Kakatukin yung mga bahay. Nakauwi na po ba kayo? Or susunduin sila? Sabi ko, no!
Wow, that's like
Absolutely, do not do that because the trauma, the history,
the tokang. Yeah,
and
that's literal tokang. Yeah.
kaya no. So you could imagine the limitations of what government can do. Kaya isipin mo na parang, sige, we will protect you. O sige, pa-escorta namin kayo sa police. This is precisely what we're trying to
Thanks, but
avoid.
no thanks. Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass. I'll pass. Um, really, last parts. Karim Khan, insists that he'll stay. Mukhang hindi nag-work yung efforts. What's the relevance of that?
Sa akin, and I think I've been misquoted on this, ang sinasabi ko, Karim Khan per se is not much of a big factor in the prosecution of the case as of now. And I think even moving forward.
In terms of technical input, pero symbolically, moral-wise,
Well, we have to kumbaga step back pa kasi there's a lot of other cases, and I'm concerned with what happened in the Venezuela case na may excusal din siya doon kasi yung sister-in-law niya represents Maduro or is a government lawyer, something like that.
oh,
So yun, it was just a few weeks or the week
I
before
didn't know that
the
Venezuela.
request
Oh,
for
oh.
withdrawal or the disqualification of Duterte in the Philippine case. So parang sunod-sunod. I know that he's under attack. I know that, I mean, even in sa Ukraine situation and the Israel situation, medyo talagang titirahin siya.
Lalo kung the Smodrich and Ben Gavir one also comes in. Yeah.
Yeah, kaya kumbaga medyo pag-isipan pa namin yun. Pero as of now, and again, we're going to the ICC, not looking at it as the savior, as the end all be all. Sobrang limiting din ng ICC, and we understand na sa totoo lang parang gamitan din. Parang we're just using this platform because it's available, because it's viable, not because it's the best, that because this is the heaven that we're looking for. No, it's so limiting, it's so frustrating on so many aspects. Even ito nga, witness protection and victims participation. So sabihin nyo, pwede kami mag-participate tapos wala naman pala kaming aasahan sa inyo. Parang ganun lang. Kasi, well, okay, yung limitation nila is, lagi nilang sinasabi, the first line of kumbaga defense is anonymity. Protection. Kumbaga, anonymity can protect you. Pero sabi namin, that kind of does not work in a situation where you clearly know who the victims are. In a community, alam mo kung sinong mga natokhang. So kung DDS ka or si Duterte ka,
Well, masyado.
alam mo kung sino, identifiable yung victims. Hindi yan. Tapos, nasa balita pa. If you look for Tokhang killing, whatever date, they are named there. And so, the families of these people clearly have been put under the spotlight already. So anyway,
Right.
as to Karim Khan per se, pag-isipan namin, pero for the case, if we were to be,
Right.
kumbaga, utilitarian, Manjiayan niya
Better, yeah.
serves well as
I
the
think I
lead
got your
prosecutor.
message. Yes, you don't have to spell it out.
So I don't want to defend Karim
That
Khan
was exactly.
or
I
oppose him.
saw what you did there, like very subtle, very subtle. Ito na talaga closing, but I think worth mentioning Father Flaviano Lopez Villanueva winning the Magsaysay Award. This is again one of the unsung heroes who's no longer unsung. He's now officially a hero. Can you shed light both on what you understand of his contribution? I know from my own contacts, noon pa, how he helped a lot of people, really risk his life, among others. Las Cañas, Matabato. But just for the sake of our audience, what is your understanding of that? And then I know you come from a progressive background, but it's not about. But in terms of, I mean, there's liberation theology, right? So you can see a left Catholicism meeting some sort of social, kind of socialistic, leftist, progressive ideas. How important is it to see the Catholic Church playing this important role? Because I'll be honest, I know many non-Catholic groups who serve as enablers for Duterte. One of them even had as what their guest of honor speaker, si Harry Roque. I remember that day very well. It's like, oh, fascinating. A lot of them were trying to justify what Duterte was doing. I don't know, quoting, I don't know, this is what happened, this is what was said in Leviticus. This was, that selectively just look for the most, I don't know, Battle of Jericho and how everyone, like yung mga ganon. I never forgot those people who enabled the Duterte administration, the false prophets and the people who really, really, twisted the sacred text. And at the same time, I was very critical of the Catholic Church for a very long time for reasons that I think everyone should know. But I felt they really, especially over the past decade, they've been very, very important, especially on this front, no? Cardinal David, and now, of course, Father Flavio. Can you talk about him as a person and also that kind of institutional contribution of Catholicism? As a progressive, obviously, right? Yeah. So don't worry, we're not going to quote from Bible here and compare notes.
Alam ko lang, John 3:16. So, Father Flavio actually is a member of our network, Duterte Panagutin Network. We have, I think it was there at the launch, and then we have coordinated at the least dun sa victims' concerns. He has his own group, and we have been together in several, yung inquiry, congressional inquiry. He was at the Senate hearing. He's brought together and kind of put together a ragtag team or ragtag group of victims. Kasi there's a particular arena, kumbaga, or service that Father Flavi provided for the victims. And this is connected as well to how the institutionally the Catholic Church comes into the picture sa war on drugs. It's by providing the final resting place for the victims. So yung pagpapa-exhume and, well, on the side, may autopsy, pagpapa-exhume and what you could call that, the inurement, cremation and then inurement or even burial ng mga bodies with dignity, with grace, etc. So, institutionally, the Catholic Church comes into the picture dun to sa war on drugs killings pag ililibing na yung patay. So, sabi nga nila, first people that these victims would, or parang first category of people na, or strangers that they would meet would be the journalists. Kasi yung pamilya, nandun sa gilid, umiyak-iyak. Yung police, nandun sa crime scene, nasa crime scene. Yung media could go in and out of the crime scene sometimes. Or may picture sila. They have covered these kumbaga, incidents. Yun yung isa sa mga unang lalapitan ng kapamilya na, kumbaga, stranger. Kasi, sir, tulungan niyo po ako, ano pong gagawin ko? Pwede pong mahingi yung picture or so forth. Then the next issue that you would have is how to claim the bodies from the morgue or from the hospital. Doon, dito mamapasok ang local government and the, yung next stranger, but not really stranger, yung mga punerarya. So, i-claim mo yung body, paano makukuha yung death certificate, and then yung paglibing. So, it's journalists, punerarya, and then parish priest. Kasi kailangan mong well, usually Catholic naman yung mga Pilipino, di ba? So, papabendisyonan mo, etc. And dun yung pasok ng Catholic Church. They're always kind of there in some way or in some form, whether magbibindisyon or hihinga ng pera para pampalibing or makakatulong para i-process yung ibang
Support
dokumento and so
mechanism
forth.
talaga.
Kaya yung, sabi ko nga, hindi na nga religion yung nagka-come into play dito but humanity. Kumbaga, sabi nga nila, the teachings of Christ. At sinasabi din niya ni Father Flavi. Si Father Flavi has a very peculiar reason why he's in this sphere. It's because his experience, I think, he said this, his experience drug use himself or
So,
the
empathetic talaga yung
fall
position.
out of it. Talagang empathy, and he knows how it is to be in this particular situation. Yung gipit na gipit ka, kanino ka kakapit. Kaya yun nga, journalists, punerarya, church, and thankfully, nag-meet halfway in a sense naman yung mga churches. There are some parishes that have provided even livelihood support for the families. Yung iba, nagsusponsor, sorry, tama ba yung term? Nagsusponsor or nagbibigay ng financial assistance sa panlibing. Sila din ang magmimisa, sila din ang etc. So, yung kay Father Flavi na service, which was exhumation and cremation, exhumation, autopsy, cremation, and then inurement, was a welcome relief for others. Kasi parang, paano ko ito ililibing? And I'm not sure if for many of the viewers here, if you would be familiar, apparently, yung hindi lang, baka yung iba kasi nakabili na ng, pag-isipan na natin yun yung cemetery plot, sorry to be morbid, pero bumili na ng lupa, ganyan. So, for these families, di pa sila nakakabili ng lupa and so forth. So, medyo mas mahal, and so they rent the space. Kaya nagkaroon ng issue, nagkaroon ng whole hullabaloo tungkol dun sa exhumation. Kasi 2016, after 5 years or 6 years, nag-expire yung lease
Do you have to do extra
ng
the body?
apartment. At kukunin yung katawan. Kung wala kang pera, kukunin yung katawan, itatapon sa mass grave kung hindi ka makakabayad. Kaya perfect, kumbaga, yung
Grabe
eksena
naman yung
ni Father
political
Flavi na,
economy na yan.
dito
Grabe.
ako. Kaya, and I would say, most of the providers or service providers dito sa arena na to, uh, nakapasok or pumapasok kasi merong service, may gap doon sa pag-provide ng service. Kung ito yung kailangan at this point. And he's found his niche. And actually, Father Flavi, well, congratulations sa Magsaysay Award, pero he was also, I think, celebrated by the Dutch government. So he also won, it's not, is it the Tulip Award or something? Basta he won a prize from the Dutch government as well, recognizing this particular project as well. Kaya we're thankful that we're in this space with him and other
I mean, Cardinal David,
groups.
right? Speaking out very
Yeah.
strongly of Valenzuela. I mean, at the heart, this was the heart of the carnage of Duterte's drug war. No, for me, it's not just that support. They spoke up. I mean, Cardinal David is even
Li-
talking the Gaza issue very strongly,
yeah.
very
You,
strong.
and literally, the church is the last refuge for these victims. We've had, sige na nga, okay lang naman eh. In general, kumbaga, we've had so many activities with the victims of the war on drugs in churches. That's the safest place for them, the safest place for us as well. Kumbaga, yun na lang talaga ang maiisip mong most natural. Sabi nga nila, so paano kayo? Kasi pag pumunta ka sa community, dayo ka. So recently, parang pinag-iisipan na namin yun na, oh, tapos kilala ka pa na paano kung may DDS dyan. Kaya yung church talaga ang pinaka-neutral and safe place for victims to go to.
Very solemn note. Thank you so much, Attorney Conti. I mean, 1.5 hours just passed. Just breezy conversation always with you. Such a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your time. Obviously, there's even more technical questions to us, but I'd rather come back to you after siguro the trials and all. But sa pagkaintindi ko, we're expecting a few days of trial, right? And
Yes.
a very so it's not going to be just some sort of confirmation lang of charges. It's not just going to be like a tick the box and go back. Kasi yung last time, yung parang ganun, parang what's your name, Rodrigo Rua Duterte, and then that's it. No, this time, you will see a semblance of a trial, right? Defense, prosecution, witnesses,
Victims.
victims. So that's it. So basically,
Mahaba.
the trial will start. That's the understanding here. Fingers crossed.
Yes, so may hindi lang, wala kasing ganito sa atin eh, pero ito yung ginagawa, kumbaga yung information. Pag-arguhan pa kung ano ba yung charges against him. So kung ano yung, kumbaga, sakdal.
Yeah,
Kaya parang,
confirmation.
di ba
Yeah,
ginagawa lang yun ng prosecutor? Dito, pwede
iba.
yung i-contest ng kabila bago pa
Right.
ma-finalize. Kaya baka
Yeah,
medyo
pre-trial
bago.
pa rin ang tawag natin, parang pre-trial,
O
ganun.
pre-trial stage
Yeah.
yung ano niya. Kaya parang medyo bago, pero I guess when we watch it, parang magigets na rin natin yung hang of it. People will argue on the merits of essentially the case. It's not technically the start of trial, but it will signal the start of trial. Kasi for them, trial means yung trial proper. Parang presentation of evidence, kung tuloy-tuloy na to.
I mean,
So
not to
it's a
give away,
hearing.
so not to give it too much, like what do you expect from the Duterte camp? Just doing the same thing, like jurisdictional questions. They'll just keep on, yun lang. There's just gonna be a broken clock, basically.
Yeah, and we're picking up a few, kumbaga, hints
Right.
with actually yung Karim Khan disqualification. Medyo na-curious ako because
Yeah.
in one interview, Kaufman says if the prosecutor is so biased, his bias would have tainted the entire investigation. And
Right.
that would be an interesting premise, di ba, na we cannot proceed with this trial because the investigation has been tainted. So let's see if he's going to argue that. Pero yung technicalities, they said that there will be about 30 minutes for they will argue for about 3 to 4 hours.
Oh,
Sabi
wow.
nung kay Duterte, they will not present witnesses. They will only refer to
Oh,
documents.
right. So talagang mga sinsinan na they go line by line and all of that. Wow, that's gonna be quite something. Wow. So a lot to look
So,
forward to.
yeah. And wag lang pong palagay ko, wag lang pong maiinip. At saka, and one last point, there's no decision
Oh
going to
yeah,
be
of
made
course.
at the end of the 4 days.
No one is. I think
Kumbaga,
everyone. I think a lot of people rather wanting this to go for quite a long time.
Yeah, I
Talagang
mean, no
lalabas ang
decision on the
katotohanan.
charges.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
But so what will be the next step after this? Assuming everything goes according to what's expected. They're gonna
yeah.
set another trial day or like whatever is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so technically, so the prosecution will present the charges, ask the court to confirm. The court has 60 days after the trial or the hearing to confirm. Pwede pa siyang magpasabit ng mga documents, etc. Ganyan. O sige, magsabit ka nito. Tapos 60 days sa katatakbo. Eh, yung 60 days na yun, at the earliest, November na, papatak.
Ah,
December, Pasko na yan. So, trial, if they decide to confirm the charges, meaning we found evidence that
correct.
parang merits a trial,
Kaya
it
lang.
will start by next year.
Year na,
And
oo.
uh, may ano lang, parang may tinatawag kasi silang status hearings,
Mm.
which is like housekeeping na parang, oh, kumpleto na ba tayo? There could be some sort of trial like that before the actual hearing or several things like that, several status hearings in between. Kaya baka may ganun lang na hearing na maganap na, oh, kumpleto na ba yung ano mo, submission mo, o ikaw, may problema ka pa ba? Baka
Mm.
lang may ganung klaseng hearing because
But
that's
will you have an
where it.
idea if there are gonna be like multiple trial dates to come or every next step you'll get to know about the next step? Ganun ba yun?
Oh, the trial dates will have to be determined in advance.
Okay, so magkakaalaman na in terms of what's the
Magkakaalaman naman na.
if I can put it, the calendar basically, yeah.
Yeah, tapos sabi nga nila pwede kayong mamili kung baga, kasi dun pupunta dun ka magsistay. Actually, sabi nga nila, hindi naman lahat kailangan nandun, pero at least one from each team. So, sabi nila, some would like to go like every week or twice a week even para mabilis and then break for 1 month and then next month ulit. So, medyo may leeway. Tingnan natin. Hindi naman katulad dito sa Pilipinas. I assure you, hindi ito magiging every 3 months. So, bale sa isang taon, 4 lang ang hearing. No, 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 no. They will not do that. O kaya, yung hearing next year na. Nako. No,
On
no
that
yan sa
well,
policy.
on that very chronologically confusing note, but nevertheless, at least we're now confused at a higher level, right? It's like, oh, okay, so these are the other things we have to look at. Thank you so much, Attorney Conti, for that very comprehensive discussion. Actually, I really also appreciate the part about the role of the Catholic Church because I feel, especially among us, diba, yung mga progressives and all, we have a certain dynamic, let's just say, with traditional institutions. In fairness naman on this institution, and the Catholic Church and a lot of priests, I'm really grateful to them. And in fact, as I said nga, yung last time before tayo nag-meet, I was actually in Vatican first and met some of the folks and friends who know a thing or two about, the help that was provided behind the scenes, kay Matabato, Las Cañas. So a lot of unsung heroes, but it is one of those unsung heroes is no longer unsung, but even more of an hero. On that note, mabuhay ka, Attorney Conti, and looking forward to seeing you soon. Keep safe, keep strong, and keep your skin care going. Next time ulit, magka-catch up tayo dyan. Thank you so much, Attorney. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, ingat.
Salamat.